Do you believe in God? If you say you do, you'll be asked why you believe in God. Probably you won't object to that question. After all, if you say you believe something, you'll think it reasonable that you should be asked for your reasons for believing it. The reasonableness of giving reasons for your beliefs is something you take for granted. A reasonable request, isn't it? But now, listen to this.
Whither shall I go from thy spirit? Or whither shall I flee from thy presence? If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall thy hand lift me, and thy right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be light about me. Yea, the darkness hideth not from thee. The night shineth as the day, and the darkness and the light are both alike to thee. For thou hast possessed my reins. Thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well.
Here it is clear the psalmist testifies to the inescapable reality of God. Inescapable? But what about the evidence? What about the reasons? Well, it has to be admitted that it never occurred to any prophet or writer in the Old Testament to seek evidence for this existence of God, let alone to prove it. For them, this would be quite pointless, even senseless. The movement of thought in the Old Testament is not from the world to God, but from God to the world. The whole world declared God's presence, not because it gave excellent evidence for God's existence, but because the world was seen from the start as God's world.
The hills are girded with joy. The pastures are clothed with flocks. The valleys also are covered with grain. They shout for joy. They also sing. Let the floods clap their hands. Let the hills sing for joy together. O Jehovah, how manifold are thy works! In wisdom hast thou made them all. The earth is full of thy riches.
How far away that seems. That world is not our world. It hasn't been our world for quite some time. Ever since the Renaissance and through the Enlightenment, the view of the world as God's world has been under attack. As a result, it's become natural for us to look on religious belief as a conjecture, a hypothesis, and we look for evidence to justify it. Philosophers who write on such matters are busy weighing the probabilities. Some say the probability is that there is a God. Others say that the probability is that there is no God. And despite allegedly weighing the same probabilities, they never agree. How very odd. In this scientific age, one would at least expect people to be able to calculate. Did the psalmist miscalculate? But really, is that our problem? A difficulty in weighing probabilities? Surely not. Our difficulty is that the majority of us no longer naturally see the world as God's world. It's all too easy to escape from God's presence. If we ascend into the heavens, well, even bishops tell us he's not there. If we descend into the depths, again psychoanalysts tell us he's not there either. Our problem, it seems, is not how to escape from God, but how to find him. We all too easily rise in the morning and lie down in darkness without him. The heavens no longer declare his glory for us, and the hills no longer sing for joy. Our immediate cultural heritage is not a distinguished one. The contemporary American essayist Joan Didion has described it as the morning after the 60s. The 60s, that decade when old certainties, old stories, old authorities seemed to lose their hold more than ever. What exactly were we witnessing?